All right. Well, hello, and thank you for joining. I'm Gilbert, down in Nashville, doing yoga. And today we are going to be playing with a peacock pose. Peacock, if you're not familiar, it is an arm balance where you're bringing your triceps. Think of your chaturanga arms. Okay, so in chaturanga, your arms are hugging tight to the sides of your body. But now there's going to be an external rotation in your hands, so your fingertips are going to point away. Maybe they're out a little more at 90 degrees, but maybe 180. And as you point your fingertips down, you're trying to bring your triceps underneath your ribs. So now you're creating a shelf. And as you create that shelf, your scapula are open and your shoulders are down and away from the ears. And tuck here in your tailbone. So this way your core is active and strong, and a strong abdomen is going to be basically where your arms are resting. Or your arms are resting on your chest and on your abs. Think about reaching down towards your hip points. So we're going to do some things to prep us into that, and then a sequence that will work the entire core of the body in preparation for that pose. So let us get started on our backs. Let me grab a, and if you'd like, feel free to grab 2 blocks. And the blocks will set up underneath our shoulders when we eventually get to playing with the peacock pose. And starting in a Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of your feet together, knees wide. And here, just settle into your breath. Allow yourself to just be on your mat. And I'm using your breath as a tool to keep you present. So this way, from that presence, that'll improve your awareness. And then with that awareness, you can decide on what it is that you need to do for yourself. Whether that means taking a modification, maybe that means trying something new. At least you're doing so with intention, and you're doing so mindfully. And allowing your breath to support whatever that is. And from here, go ahead and just cactus your arms. And then take your left leg up and over to your right, taking a little bit of a twist. And just let gravity do the work here. So opening up through the left side of your body and back up to center as you breathe in. And breathe out and let your knees twist over to the left. And back up to center with an inhale. As you exhale, let your heels slide away from you. And breathe in and reach your arms overhead, long, full body stretch. And notice if your low back wants to lift off the mat. So find a slight tuck in your tailbone. Try pressing your low back into the floor. And squeeze your legs together, point out through your toes. Just everything active. Now take your right hand to your left wrist. And then right foot to the bottom of your right corner. Left ankle over in a banana stretch. Now take your left arm over to the top right corner of your mat. And you breathe into the left side of your body. And then release, and we'll switch sides. Left foot to the left corner of your mat, right ankle over it. Left hand reaches for your right wrist, and reach to the top left corner of your mat. Breathe into the right side of your body, and then release. Full body stretch. And then as you breathe out, bring your feet back together. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. I was losing some connection. Okay. So on your backs, bottoms of your feet together. Now reaching your palms up to the ceiling. And then press into your back. Feel your shoulders lift so your scapula are protracted here. And then lift the back of your head. Now externally rotate your hands. And squeeze your elbows in towards one another. And then press your triceps into your ribs and chest. And then press the bottoms of your feet together. Can you float your feet? So one variation here of Peacock that we're going to try is right here. So it's not quite necessarily 90 degrees from elbow to wrist. That can be a lot on the wrist. So it's a little further away from our body. So we're pressing down and away, shoulders away from your ears. And I'll bring your knees and thighs together and then go ahead and kick your legs long. Can you hover your heels? So now this, again, is going to be your Peacock shape. All right, go ahead and plant your feet. Hands by your sides and take a bridge pose. Squeeze and lift. One more inhale. And then hips down as you breathe out. And hands behind your thighs. Stretch your rock front to back. Massaging your spine. And then cross your ankles. Make your way into a tabletop. And since we'll be doing a lot on our wrists, do some wrist stretches. And to start, keep your left hand as it is in a tabletop. And now just turn your right hand palm face up. So now your fingertips point towards your knees and then just gently rock. Not a lot of weight on your right hand. Just enough to find some sensation. And go ahead and release. And we'll switch right palm down, left palm face up, fingertips point towards your toes, and here just gently rock. And go ahead and release. And now turn your hands out. So now facing to opposite sides of the room, left to right. And here just shift a little left to right. And here as you press into your hands, keep your shoulders protracted. And keep the rest of your spine neutral. And now can you turn your hands all the way around, 180 degrees. Now your fingertips point more towards your knees, and then here gently rock front and back. A little front and back. And now next time you come forward, pull your shoulders away from your ears and feel yourself extend through the crown of your head. And we're just going to lower or bending at your elbows, just lower a little bit so you can feel your chest rest on your arms. And straighten. That 4 more times. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. Last time. Lower. Lift. Then go ahead and take a seat on your heels. Interlace your hands together. And here, roll your wrists out. Maybe flip your hands inside out. Press your palms away. Shake your wrists. And open and close your hands, flicking your fingers. So here, stretching your hands, warming up the muscles in your hands and your forearms. Just for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And into a tabletop. And inhale, press into your hands and protract, lift your back. And as you exhale, retract your scapula. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And now cat pose. Exhale, chin to chest. Tuck your tailbone. Press into your hands. Inhale, cat. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then press your hips to your heels. Keep the lift in your chest. And then breathe in and extend your hands as far in front of you as you can. So coming into more of a modified, or we'll come into more of a modified plank. As you breathe in, palms press down. Now here, shoulders over wrists, and hips are slightly in front of my knees. Slight tuck in your tailbone. Press the tops of your feet down. Now cover your knees. And just breathe here for 5 and 4, 3, 2, knees down, breathe out, send your hips back. And inhale, pull forward, modified plank. Exhale, lower chin, chest, hips. And inhale, low cobra pose. Slide here in your hands. Shoulders away from your ears, tops of your feet press down and tailbone tucks. One more breath in. And exhale, lower down. And chin on the mat. Now bring your hands by your sides. Arms hug tight to your body. Then bend your elbows as much as you need so you can feel your palms press down. And as they press down, you're pressing away, so you're shifting your weight towards your shoulders. Relax your left leg, and now reach out through your right toes. Lift just your right leg. Right hip point can press into the floor. You hear no bending in your right knee. Just lift as high as you can. One more inhale. And exhale, lower. Reach out through your left toes. Now lift just your left leg. Again, press firmly into your hands so your arms are active. Can you press your shoulder points more towards the floor so your back is open? Last breath in. Breathe out and ground. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, send your hips to heels. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, modified plank. Lower halfway, modified chaturanga. Inhale, press up. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Now go ahead and let your hips and thighs lower. High cobra pose. Breathe in. So now your hands support the lift. Shoulders back, heart forward. Still press through the tops of your feet to extend through the crown of your head. Another breath in and exhale. Slowly take it down. Bring your hands back by your sides. Again, bending at your elbows, palms pressed down and away. Squeeze your legs together. Now lift both legs. Try keeping your shoulders down and active here in your hands. So this can be a modification for your peacock pose. Now you're getting comfortable pressing into your hands. And you're strong through the back side of your body. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Hands by your shoulders. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, shift forward to a plank. If you want to keep your knees down to modify, keep your knees down. Breathe in. And then now exhale, hover your knees, hips to heels. Some people call this a bear pose, so we'll call it bear. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bear. Take it to plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, bear. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, breathe in. And pause for a moment, shoulders over wrists. Lifting your heart. And exhale, lower all the way down. Hands by your sides, palms face down. And now lift your legs, lift your chest, lift your arms, locust pose. And breathe. Feel your hands extend away from your body. And here for 3, 2, hands under your shoulders and lower in 1. And tuck your toes. Stay on your knees, modified plank. Send your hips to heels and then lift your hips for down dog. And bring some movement to your down dog. Pedal it out. Relax your head. Maybe take your heels right. Last, stretching through the sides of your body. And take one more breath in. And breathe out, walk your hands to feet. So ragdoll at the back of your mat. You're grabbing opposite elbows. Gently rock and sway. Go of any tension you may be holding in your neck. Allow your spine to lengthen and decompress. And just for 3, release your grip in 2. And 1, unroll slowly all the way up to standing. And roll your shoulders up and down your back, coming into your Tadasana. So feet together or hip distance. Now as you breathe in, sweep your hands high overhead and bring your palms to touch. Look up to your hands. Now hug your elbows together and then bring your elbows down towards your navel, shoulders away from your ears. So this is helping us work on the back protraction and opening, and then getting everything tight and compact for when we come into our peacock pose. You stay for another breath out. Then inhale, take your hands up. Now open your arms wide with an exhale. Keep your palms facing towards the front of the room. And now squeeze your triceps against your body, bending at your elbows, palms face forward and fingertips press down. That's going to be our movement for our Sun A. And we'll breathe in one more time, hands up. This time take a back bend, go ahead and cactus your arms. Inhale, hands up. We'll try it one more time, palms together, and exhale, bring your elbows to navel. Inhale, hands up. As you exhale, open your arms wide. Triceps press against your chest, fingertips point down. Inhale, hands up. Now exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up. Now forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the mat, breathe out. And inhale to plank. And we're just going to lower to chaturanga with an exhale. Back up to plank, breathe in. Walk your hands to feet, breathe out. And halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, mountain pose, palms together, look up. Exhale, hug your elbows down to your navel. Inhale, mountain, hands up. Exhale, sweep your arms wide, and then bring your elbows towards one another, bend at your elbows. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, back bend, cactus your arms. Hands high, breathe in. Now forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, walk it out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Back up to plank. And down dog, breathe out. And give yourself a moment here. And here, taking 3 more breaths. And inhale to your toes. And as you exhale, tiptoe to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Now fold, breathe out. And inhale to a chair pose. And once we get into this sequence, there's going to be quite a bit of moving. There's not a lot of, you can break whenever you need to break. But thinking of one breath, one movement. We'll go through it once slowly, and then we'll go through it a second time. One breath, one movement, just so we can get a feel of it. So in your chair pose. And then exhale to a drinking bird. So now ground into your toes, lift your heels, and sweep your hands back. Chest stays lifted. And one more breath in. And exhale, ground your right heel. Now lift your left knee on your breath in. Grounding down, standing tall. Reaching up and out. Hold for this breath in. Now we're taking it all the way back to a low lunge. Breathe out. Now maybe try it without your hands. Focus on your strength and stability in your legs and ground your back knee on your toes. Keep them tucked. Inhale, crescent moon, hands high. If you need to make any adjustments here, make adjustments. If you need to touch the floor, feel free to touch the floor. You can also set blocks up by your hands. But here, arms lift, hips down and forward, gaze to the sky, breathe in. I'll take a back bend, breathe out. Inhale, hands up. Now exhale, half split, and sweep your hands back like airplane arms. Maybe flex your right foot. I'll get deeper into your hamstring. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, crescent moon. Plant your right foot, take your hands high, and then exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, half split, airplane arms. Now listen for the change. We're going to take it to warrior 3. Lean into your right leg. Sweep your arms forward. Press off of your left toes. And hold and breathe. For 3, 2. Now lunge. Just ground your left toes with the breath out and sweep your hands back so you can set up. Now inhale, sweep your arms forward. Think biceps by your ears, thumbs up to the ceiling. So again, thinking about strength here through our entire body. Strong here in your foundation. Take one more breath in. Now open twist as you breathe out. Reach your right hand back. Now shoulders above your hips. Right knee over your ankle. Left heel over your left toes. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Look over your left hand. Now in exalted shape, take your left hand high. Breathe into the left side of your body. One more breath in. Then Skandasana, side lunge to the back of your mat. Breathe out. You can keep your hands lifted. You can keep your hands on the floor. You're just feeling this out for a moment. You stay for a breath out. And now warrior two to the front as you breathe in. Right knee stops over your ankle. Then keep your right arm reaching forward. Think about bringing the side of your body closer towards your thigh. Then exhale, side angle pose. Open your palms to the front. And now inhale, extend, reach through both arms. If you want to modify, you can always just keep your right arm on your right leg. Hold here for 3. Low lunge in 2. Exhale, hands to the floor and come up on your left toes. Step your left foot forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. And forward fold, breathe out. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale to chair. And then hold and breathe, taking your chair variation. Steady breathing. One more inhale. Now exhale, drinking bird. Come on your tiptoes. Sweep your hands back. Shoulders pull back. And breathe in. Ground your left heel, breathe out. Lift your right leg, breathe in. And last breath in. Now step back to a lunge. And ground your back toes, ground your back knee, and inhale, crescent moon. Again, feel free to use your hands if you need. Hips and heart square to the top of your mat. Extend through your fingertips and exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up. Now exhale, half split, airplane arms. Even here, if you want to ground your hands, you can ground your hands whenever you need. And you're just working on some stability, playing with our balance. And inhale, hands back up, crescent moon. Now exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split, airplane arms. Inhale to warrior 3. Shift your weight forward. Press off your right toes. Body parallel to the floor. Now, if this doesn't feel good, hands can stay at heart center. Hands can reach for the floor. You can just take an airplane. Last breath in. Lunge with airplane arms. Breathe out. Ground your right toes. Sweep your hands back. Find your footing. And inhale, sweep your hands forward. Biceps by your ears. Thumbs up to the ceiling. Strong in your core. Breathe in. Twist as you breathe out. Take your left hand back. Right hand keeps reaching forward. Then bring your left hand to your left hip. Look over your right hand. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And staying in your lunge. Breathe in. And Skandasana to the back. Breathe out. And keeping your chest lifted. Feeling this out for just a moment. Then inhale to warrior 2 to the front. Making the adjustments in your feet. Knee stops at the ankle, but keep reaching forward. Bring the side of your body closer to your thigh. And exhale, side angle pose. Open your palms to the front of your room. And inhale, extend and reach out through both hands. And shoulders stacked. Hips stacked. Strong base. Steady breath. One more inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, drinking bird. Lift your left knee, breathe in, single-legged Tadasana. Exhale, step back to your lunge and ground your left knee. Inhale, crescent moon, hands high. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split, airplane arms. Warrior 3, breathe in, take off. We'll hold here 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, lunge with airplane arms. Now inhale, lightning, take your arms forward. And exhale, twist, bring your right hand to hip. Exalted, take your left hand to the sky. Exhale, Skandasana, left heel to the mat. Inhale, warrior 2, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Open your palms and inhale, extend and reach overhead for 5 and 4, 3, 2. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left side, inhale up to chair. And exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, lift your right knee. Single-legged Tadasana. Exhale, step back to your lunge. Ground your toes and knee. Inhale, crescent moon. And exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split, airplane arms. Take off to warrior 3. Breathe in. Press off your right toes. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, lunge with airplane arms. Inhale, lightning. Reach your arms forward. Now exhale, twist. Take your left hand back to your hip. Flip your right hand. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, Skandasana. Take your right heel to the mat. Inhale, warrior 2 to the front. Now exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reach your arms overhead for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, low lunge. Step forward, halfway lift. Separate your feet hips distance. Take the forward fold you need. Breathe in. If you need to let something go, open mouth, exhale, let something go. And here for 3, 2. Halfway lift, breathe in, feet together. Then fold. Stand tall into a mountain pose. Bring your palms to touch. Then eagle on the right side. Take your right arm underneath your left. And bring your palms to touch. In Vinyasa, we typically say elbows up in line with our shoulders. Arms pull away from the face. But for the sake of this practice and what we want to accomplish in our back, hug your elbows down towards your navel. Shoulders away from your ears. Shift your weight into your left leg. Come on your right tiptoes. Now sit low, lean back. This can be your eagle. As if you feel all right, cross your right leg up and over. And steady here as you breathe. And 3, 2. Inhale, unwrap, palms to touch. Left side, left arm underneath your right. And then as you exhale, palms together, elbows to navel. Weight in your right leg. Bend at your left knee. Take a breath in. And exhale, sit low, lean back. Find your balance. Then inhale, start to lift your left leg. And exhale, cross it over. And breathe. Last 3, 2. Inhale, release. Palms to touch. And exhale, Tadasana, hands by your sides. All right, so even with those twists and the exalted shape, the twist and the back bend, that was prepping us for a standing bow pulling pose. So if you're familiar with the Hot 26 or Bikram sequence, the hugging the elbows down to the navel is from that. A standing bow pulling pose is from that sequence as well. So I like to combine different postures from different styles of yoga in my Hatha and my Vinyasa classes, as long as the body's prepped and ready for it. So we've already been doing a lot of balancing, twisting, back bending. Now we'll try this pose before we get into our peacock. So here, start by reaching your arms forward, palms facing into one another. And I'll take your right arm all the way back, but keep your gaze over your left hand and bring your right hand behind your hip. So now you can bring your right foot into your right hand. Turn your left palm face down. Now reach your left hand straight up. So think left shoulder underneath your chin, right shoulder behind your head. You can stay here. This is the shape. If you want to take it further, lift as high as you can out of your left fingertips. So now you're kicking back, pulling, taking your right toes up to the ceiling, and extend and reach out of your left fingertips. And kick and pull. Weight here to the front of your left foot. Like you're about to come up onto your tiptoes. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release and relax. Now reach your hands forward. Palms facing one another. Now this time your right hand stays forward and keep looking over your right hand. Take your left hand behind you and left hand by your left hip. Left foot in your left hand. So knees side by side. And now right palm down and lift. Again, you can stay here. But if you want, lift as high as you can. Kick as high as you can. Then from there, use the tension to play with your balance. Eventually looking for more of a standing split here in your legs. A lift in your chest, twist in your back, an extension through your right hand. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, release, and ground. Now we're at the top of our mat, and that's fine. You just can't see me in here. So I'm going to take it to the back. So from the back of our mat, we're going to do something else to strengthen our entire core, make sure everything's working together. That's a balancing stick pose. So it's similar to a warrior 3, but in a warrior 3, your arms are facing one another, triceps by your ears. In a balancing stick, you've got a steeple grip. So fingers are interlaced, just your pointer fingers reaching up and away. So taking a mudra, and if you can, so to start, from your Tadasana, just externally rotate your hands a little more. So now your palms are facing opposite sides of the room. And from here, can you interlace your fingers directly above the crown of your head? All right? Now shift your weight into your left leg. And then breathe in, lift your right knee. Go ahead and extend. And as you breathe out, start to step forward. And then lower body parallel to the floor. We'll hold here 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, step to the back in 2, and 1, left foot down, right foot meets it, pause and breathe. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the quality of your breath. Stay intentional. Now shift your weight into your right leg, and inhale, lift your left knee. And go ahead and extend and point. Breathe out, take your step, and then lower your chest, lift your leg. Now everything's active and reaching. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right foot down, left foot meets it, hands by your sides. And pause. Again, cycle through your breath, maybe roll your shoulders up and down your back. And from here, we're going to take a steeple grip in the front of our bodies. Fingertips reach down and away, and can you squeeze your forearms closer to one another? Again, this is going to be close to the peacock shape that we want in our body. We're going to take a standing back bend. So tuck your tailbone, press through your feet. Look straight up, and now reach straight up. This can be your back bend. If you want, you can cactus your arms. If you want, you can take it like you would in a camel. But from here, lift and reach as high as you can. Then let your gaze guide you first, then your arms follow. Just here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, rise. And slowly, mindfully, forward fold. And you bring your arms behind your legs for a moment. Bend your knees, let your stomach rest on your thighs. Breathe in here for 3, and 2, and 1. Halfway lift. Now bend your knees, plant your hands, step to plank. And go ahead and round your knees here. And take a seat on the back of your mat. So now we're going to come into Peacock. All right, now after all that, we've worked our core, all sides of our body, and working our hands, shoulders away from the ears. So now we're combining all that together to play with this arm balance. So first variation, big toes to touch, send your knees wide, and take a seat back on your heels. It's almost like you're starting like you would in a child's pose with your knees further apart. And if you want to use the blocks, you can grab the blocks and then you'll set them up basically right where your shoulders will be. And give yourself something to press your shoulders against if you want them. All right. So from here, come forward into more of a tabletop shape and externally rotate your hands. Now fingertips again can point back towards your heels. And now as you do that, press into your hands so you can protract your scapula. Now extend through the crown of your head, tuck your tailbone. Now lean forward, bend at your elbows. So now you've got your core on your triceps. Press your feet into one another. Now here, can you hover your knees? And breathe. You're pressing down and away into your hands. And ground your knees. Now you send your hips back. So that way it makes it a little more accessible. If you have a locust in your practice, or lotus in your practice, and you can sit cross-legged with your feet on the opposite thigh, that also makes it easier because your body's just more compact and helps with the balance. This variation would also be a little more accessible. Third variation, starting with your knees together. And starting in like your modified plank, tuck your toes. Externally rotate your hands. And protraction in your scapula. Slide tuck in the tailbone. Shift your weight forward. Strong here in your core. Lower onto your triceps. Now from here, can you lift your knees? You can stay right here. This is a pose. Always keep pressing down and away. Then can you float your legs? So we're not trying to jump into it. Just trying to lift with ease. And then when you're ready, go ahead and ground. Hands together. Roll your wrists out. So if you'd want to use the blocks, I'll demo it with the blocks. All right, so setting those up. So kind of like you would if you were trying to instruct someone with a chaturanga. So blocks you could use, kind of depends here on the length of your forearms. But this way people don't go down too far. So from your plank, you'd lower to here. So let's say you start here, externally rotate your hands. Or hang on. Here, start with your externally rotated hands. Protract, lean forward. Rest your triceps there. Or not your triceps, what are those things? Your biceps. Then playing with lifting your legs. You'll just need to play with the spacing of the blocks on your arms. I think it's kind of hard to see in that camera. But again, go ahead and take your seat. Bring out your wrists, shake it out. And go ahead and swing your legs out in front of you. And grab one of your blocks. Plant your feet, and as you exhale, lower to your back. In bridge pose, lift your hips. Then go ahead and use a block to support your low back. Since we've been doing a lot of compression on the front side of our body. A lot of work to strengthen our lower backs with our locust at the beginning, lifting one leg, lifting both legs, and our balancing sticks and warrior threes. So really just letting your body be heavy. And allow your eyes to close. And give yourself just a moment here. And one more breath in. And last exhale. Lift your hips just enough so you can remove your block. And cactus your arms. Bring your left foot to the middle of the mat. Cross your right leg over. And press into your left foot. Bump your hips an inch to the right. Now gently twist over to the left. No need to force any depth here. Just allow your body to surrender and see where it goes. And inhale to center. Uncross your legs, plant your feet. And lift your hips and let them reset. Right foot in the middle of the mat, left leg crosses over. Bump your hips an inch left. When you're ready, twist and let go to the right. And back to center. And cross your legs, plant your feet. Lift your hips. And I like to set up, if I have blocks, I like to set blocks up underneath my calves. So just below the knee. I'm just rocking myself up so I can set my legs there. Find my spacing and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, find a little appreciation for everything that you were able to do, everything that you tried. And go ahead and release into your Savasana. Body just heavy on your mat. You can open mouth, exhale. Let something go. Stay in your Savasana as long as you need. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice and your teaching. It has been, it has been such a privilege and such an honor. Until next time, wish y'all nothing but the very best. Y'all take care.